I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about this because we've talked about volume already. This is where we did the M&M thing at the beginning of the year, and we had to figure out how many pyramids did it take to fill up the prism, and it was kind of hard because the thing kept expanding. But it turned out it took 3 pyramids to fill up 1 prism, and that's where this formula comes from, that the volume of a pyramid has 1/3 the volume of a prism with the same base. Alright, so it's still the area of the base times the height. The only extra part is there's a 1/3 in front of it. So when you have a pyramid, it's 1/3 area of the base times the height. I don't know. I can't. There we go. How about that? So, I picked some maybe more difficult ones. Well, maybe we should start with 1B. It looks easier, doesn't it? If the base is a hexagon or a pentagon or an octagon, right? That's the 1/2 AP stuff. If the base is a square or a rectangle or a triangle, it's not so bad to do. So let's do 1B first, and then we'll go back to 1A. So, the volume here is going to be 1/3 the area of the base times the height. So do I have enough information to find the area of this base? How do you find the area of a triangle? 1/2 the base times the height. And since it's a right triangle, they gave me what I needed. So that's just 1/2 times 6 times 15. You shouldn't have to stress about typing this to your calculator because your calculator does order of operations. So as long as you're multiplying, you can just type it straight in. You can type it 1/3 times 1/2 times 6 times 15. But don't forget, I also have to do the height of this, which is 14. So I really liked, I was just showing Brandon back there when he was grading. If you wrote the right thing out, but somehow got the wrong answer, like you only missed half a point, but you should be able to just type that straight in your calculator. And really, I think it's just going to be 210. Did you get 210? I could, because 1/3 times 1/2 is 1/6, like that. So, and again, talking about volume, we're really talking about cubic feet here if you're putting units on there. Questions about the basic idea? Alright, so the difficult it could get is if they give you a regular polygon. You have to be able to find the area of that. Oh my gosh, look how easy this is. What did they give you? They gave me the area of it. I feel like on the test they're not going to give you the area of this. Just saying. I'm just saying, I think you're going to be able to find it. This is like a baby problem now. If they told us the area of the base is 22 square centimeters, so that's not going to divide nicely into 3, so if we round to the nearest 10th, I got 36.7. Did you get that? Did you get 8? Oh. Like, I'm very concerned. Okay, same idea with a cone. If you have a cone and a cylinder with the same size base, it takes 3 cones to fill up that cylinder. So again, the volume of a cone, whether it's right or oblique, is just going to be 1/3 times the volume of a cylinder. So it's just 1/3 times pi r squared h. So again, not bad to do. Again, the pi r squared comes from the area of the base. And when I think of area volume, maybe 3 of these. Oh my goodness, if we do this. Oh, the answer to the. You almost tricked me, Sean. Alright, so 2A, it's set up perfectly for us, right? You just gotta remember the 1/3. So it should be 1/3 times pi times 3 squared times 7. And again, it's okay to type the 1/3 first. Like I just typed 1/3 times pi times 9 times 7. I got 65.97. So if I'm rounding up, we're going to say 66.0. Because it's 0.97, right? So if we were rounding to the nearest tenth, by putting the 0.0 there, you're saying that you rounded. Does that make sense? No, maybe 60. Oh, you're right. Sydney graded some stuff for me for my 5th hour geometry class, and she was harsh. Every time they rounded wrong, she took off a half a point. She said they need to learn how to round. And then I said, Sydney can take the way I grade all the year. She is. I'm training her out. Oh, look, there you go. There's 66. What about 2B? Do we have everything we need on 2B or not 2B? No. When I was in school, we read Hamlet, and I wrote a song about Hamlet. Yeah.
You wrote a song.
Can you sing it for us? No, I don't. It was a lot of songs. Have you read all of it, Hamlet? No. Then I can't sing it for you. But everyone dies, and so it was a big melody of songs. Like it was like our Pi Day where we did a bunch of different songs, and so the last one was "It's the End of the World as We Know It." You know that song? Because everybody's dead, including myself. I hate to break the news to you, but Hamlet dies, along with like everyone in the whole book.
And the family, the tragedy.
I almost forgot my 1/3 on that, kids. Did you get that done? 1/3 times pi times 8 squared times 15, 1005.3. Because the height is over here, it's oblique, so the height's just 15. Is that true or not true? Say that. It does. The height is going to be the right angle. What about on C? Do we have everything we need on C? No. They're saying that 5 is this whole height here. They tell us this is 30, which means you have some options. You could do a 30, 60, 90 triangle, or you can do SOHCAHTOA. What sine, cosine, or tangent should we do if we want to use 30 and 5 and R? You could do tangent of 30 degrees. It isn't going to work nice. It's why you really should learn those 30, 60, 90 triangles. Because if this is 30, do you remember what the adjacent side is? If this is 5, this is... I'm just going to do tangent. Tangent of 30 degrees. Nope, because that would be the hypotenuse. Over R, once you do these enough, you're going to know what's going to happen every time. But if you don't know, you could multiply both sides by R. That just moves the R out of the bottom. And then what am I going to do? Am I going to solve for R? I'm going to divide by tangent. So every time when what you're looking for is in the bottom, it's always going to be that number divided by your tracing. Every time. So it's going to be 5 divided by tangent of 30 in degree mode. So R is 8.660, we'll say. So now I'm going to have 1/3 times pi times 8.660 squared times 5. They also have a final. $392.7. That's what I got. Let's see if that's what they got. 392.7. That's the adjacent, the side across from 60 is always the shortest side times the square root of 3. So if this is 30, that means that's just 5 square root of 3. And this is 10, because the hypotenuse is always double the shortest side. And so if you take 5 square root of 3, you get that 8.660. So then you don't have to get straight, you can do the ratio. But the trig always works, and the 30-60-90 only works when it's 30-60-90. So I'm okay if you do the trig. I just like to remind you that it does work here. I showed you for surface area, remember at the end of 12.3, I think, there was a chart about surface area. I put it on there and I said, I want to show you this, because this is what I'm going to give you on the test. This is the chart for volume. You're going to get this exact chart with the surface area chart. That's what you're going to get. You got to make sure you know that capital V is the area of the base, and they give you all those, so that you don't have to feel like you have to memorize all that. All right. So again, I put that on there just so you would know what you're getting on the test. Oh, spheres. Spheres? Which we also did in the beginning of the year. Volume and surface area of a sphere. So, you have a good amount of time today, right? Sometimes I talk all the way to the end. But you have over 15 minutes to work on these, and it's not that bad. Maybe there'll be some tricky ones in there. Get your book out, start working on this, so that you can get the question. Okay? Test on